Let's look at the process of respiration within us. So here is an overview. In detail, of course, we'll be seeing in the next set of videos. So pause and look at the names that is involved or the parts that is involved in respiration. The very first thing is the space wherein it enters, that is our nasal. So basically, it fights out the dust with the help of mucus and hair. That's why people tell not to breathe through the mouth, because there is a certain degree of filtration that happens through your nose and because of the hair that is present in your nose hair basically. And this air goes through something called as pharynx, right? Pharynx and larynx. Okay, so this is throat and voice box, right? Around that. Next, it goes through this part, that is your, yes, this is a track. This is nothing but your trachea. Surrounding that is your, what do you think it is? Car, T, and this is H, cartilage. Surrounding trachea is a structure called as cartilage. All of this is there as a part of your syllabus, so we need to mention it. And this trachea branches out, and each of this is known as branch and bronchi. That leads to the lungs. So these are your lungs, right? And within the lungs, what do we have? We have, this is alive and oil, alveoli. Okay guys, so this is overall your respiration overview, the parts that is involved. So let's have a look. How does air travel through the respiratory system and enable gas exchange in our body? So air enters the respiratory system through your nose or the mouth, nostrils that is. Inside the nasal cavity, we have fine air and mucus that traps dust particle and other debris, filtering the incoming air. Additionally, the mucus moists the air. So there's a certain reason that we need to, whatever the situation may be, try to breathe through your nose. That's one of the reasons. The filter air then passes through your pharynx and larynx before entering the trachea. The trachea is reinforced with ring of cartilage to prevent it from collapsing, ensuring a continuous airway. The trachea branches into two bronchi, one leading to each lungs. Within the lungs, the bronchi further divides into smaller and smaller tubes called bronchioles. And this bronchioles terminates in a tiny balloon-like air sac called alveoli. Yeah, I didn't name this. Other than that, I have named directly from this to this. Intermediate is your bronchioles. Again, I might be wrong with the pronunciation. Please don't mind. The alveoli are the primary site for gas exchange that we'll be seeing in the next video. This tiny wall provides a large surface area for diffusion. It's similar to our villi, which increases surface area. This too does the same. Each alveoli is surrounded by an extensive network of capillary, the tiny blood vessels. That's where the exchange happens. This last paragraph we'll be seeing in the next video.